Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Iron Panther Presents. Today, Chris and I have the joy of discussing Herogasm. As we see in The Boys, Season 3, Episode 6, they said Frenchie will be very sad that he missed this moment. Apparently, all his friends know that he's been waiting for the orgy of heroes.
70th anniversary, because you know the who's who are in this one. The who's who of C heroes, I guess.
The C-list characters.
C-list, yep.
I like that. Where was the legend? I felt like the legend should have been leading it. Like the way they introduced his character, like last week, I felt like he should have been.
Yeah. He seems kind of over it. I don't know. I mean, he probably was like, yeah, I don't even know I can get it up. I don't know. I mean, you're right. That is kind of a good point though. Like he probably started it, but damn, he's like, what? He's probably pushing 80. He probably need to take some Viagra just to.
But that would have been hilarious, though. That would have been hilarious to kind of have him there, being like, hey, who's gonna be in me if I'm in somebody else? Like it would have been, especially the way he was talking.
But he probably doesn't want to get tortured because remember, even the line that was it Huey or brought up the whole like, look at these guys, like the ones without the heroes, like the stuff that's being happened to them.
Yeah,
or not.
The sex workers who's like somebody getting fucked up and not in a good way.
Yeah, because just think about it. You're an old ass guy with no powers and whatnot. You be the victim. You to be the one, like the guy you saw that was like tied up by that woman was like, stop. I was like, okay, it's too tight. And you're like, no. Be like Pop Claw. Pop Claw like popping.
Remember? But like if he would have went out in this scene, like that would have fit the character. Like, because I don't know if we're gonna see him again, but but the fact that he said Soldier Boy said he started it. So it was interesting to be like, if the legend could have been there to be like how the good times used to be or some stupid shit. Because I'm pretty sure he knew the twins.
Fake ass Wonder Twins.
One twins.
I love it.
So anyway, overall, what you think of the episode, Chris? What you got?
Oh, I thought overall I loved. As far as the episode itself, forget the story. It just kind of cements how much I freaking love this show, because the fact that, I mean, they didn't even have to do this, right? I think they knew what they were doing with the whole discretion in the beginning. Because that's the thing, if you think of like Amazon shows, Amazon don't really, I mean, yes, they will have like nudity and stuff like that, but Amazon don't really push the limits of like the Cinemax After Dark or something, like, you know what I mean? Or like as if you're watching Banshee or something. Nah, that's not really Amazon. Like Amazon is Jack Reacher or like Jack Ryan. You know what I mean? It's that's Amazon. And all of a sudden you got like penises flailing everywhere and stuff like that. And I loved even the stuff they put on the screen talking about the whole like, it's like, hey, who are we kidding here type deal? Like this is, it is what it, like you're watching The Boys, and like some of it, like no CGI members were harmed, any creatures or whatnot. I loved it. I freaking loved this episode. I love that it shows that Amazon's not afraid to take risks. You know what I mean? Which I'm cool with. So yeah, overall I loved it. As far as storyline goes, we keep saying that every episode it seems like the season, but it's like Homelander, like the leash is off. Like obviously we said that last couple episodes, but now like the leash is like off. Like now that the video, like Starlight putting out that video at the end is like, yeah, he's him going to freaking Smeagol in the mirror, like / like Moon Knight type deal, like let me take over type deal. I was like, oh shit, like yeah, like he's really going to do whatever he wants now. He has before, but like he really would do whatever he wants to do now. I was like, that freaking fight scene I thought was awesome. I mean, like the 4-way fight. I mean, obviously that's like, he's right. Homelander's right. Like this ain't fair. That's not a fair fight. But fuck it, I'm good. Like you had Stormfront. Like I thought one of the best scenes ever happened last season with Stormfront fighting all the girls, like fighting like Maeve, Starlight, and Kimco, like I thought that was freaking awesome. And then now once again you have like Homelander, like the strongest there is, trying to take out Soldier Boy, but now with a powered up Butcher and a little bit of Huey. You know what I mean? I thought that was freaking awesome. And of course he escapes out of that. You know what I mean? But yeah, overall, freaking loved it. Love Sausage is hilarious. I was so glad to see he was still alive at the end. I don't know if his dick don't work anymore after the way he was carrying it. Like, oh no, like he was like, oh no. So yeah, overall, really, really good episode. So I for me, I don't know if other people probably just think, oh my God, what was done? This was pointless. You know what I mean? Fuck it. I love it. That's what the show is. So anyway, go ahead. Oh, A-Train, yo, it is clear that A-Train is going to go a different route. That's real. He's going to survive. Like, yes, his heart is basically beaten out of his chest and he's fucked up and whatnot, but he's going to recover. But this, I think we saw, especially with him apologizing to Huey, whatnot. Like, I was like, holy crap, he's turning the page, but also means like he might die. Like, you know what I mean? And I don't think he will die from the heart. I think he'll just die from like Homelander or maybe Black Noir, something like that. He's going to die in the hands of like that or something like that. Who knows? Maybe even Huey. Maybe Huey's like he just can't let it go. Like, which is great. I thought that was a great scene because Huey was not expecting. He wanted to get a reason to hit him.
Yeah,
he's like, I want to hit you, and then A-Train was sincerely like, yo, I'm so sorry for Robin. Like, I apologize. Like, I was selfish. I was high. None of this shit I shouldn't have done that. And then Huey was like so conflicted, like, fuck. He was like in his head, he was like, fuck, no. He's like, and at the end, he was like, fuck it. Loved it. Love it. Love the boys. Love it. I hope this goes to season 15 if that's possible. You know what I mean? So sorry, I've been ranting. What's up with you, man? What you think of this episode?
No, man, like it was season finale worthy. Like I was like, is this the end? This has to be the end. Like I can't believe that they could top this, in 3 more episodes. And still be as.
And then Love Sauce would be like, oh, can't top it. Hold my dick. Hold my dick. I'll show you.
So I mean, orgy aside, it was a lot of climactic moments for important characters, right? Like again, we see Homelander is truly torn and tormented, like internally, and what does that mean when he sees Starlight's video? Because he hadn't seen Starlight's video. What he was doing was just almost getting his ass kicked. Like now he realizes he's not invulnerable. Like so, there's in the right situation, he could be beaten and murdered. You know what I'm saying? When does he let the evil Homelander take, I guess, complete over and then work through that, right?
Now, like now at that point, like that's like he realized, like for one, at first he was just afraid that Soldier Boy Soldier Boy might be more stronger than him. Now by himself, probably obviously not, because yes, he probably got the same strength as him, but obviously Homelander can like fly, for example, and do other stuff, but like his biggest enemy really was Butcher. And now he sees that Butcher is able to like have powers at time. You know what I mean? So he's like, and then now freaking Starlight's dweeby little boyfriend, who he was just in the face of 2 episodes ago, and was like, say, is she a good fuck? Like, how is she? She a good fuck? Like someone that he's like, oh, you're a bitch. Like just more of like the one kid that, I mean, obviously, I know you weren't a bully, but let's just say you were a bully, and you just know that one kid, like, oh yeah, you could easily just dominate over in a sense. You know what I mean? That's what Huey was. And then now he was able to hit me. Like, yeah, no, I'm going straight evil in this bitch. I'm like, screw that. Like, screw the whole like Harvey Two-Face thing. There's only one face now. I'm just straight up evil. Like, you know what I mean? And then yes, Starlight's IG Live. Like, oh my God. Like, yeah.
These are all things these are all things he has to deal with, right? So I thought it was so he's like, I thought the gloves were gonna come off. So I thought that obviously the fight was awesome to see the 3 kind of gang up on him. There was a little, so it was plot convenience, but also they could have put it as part of storyline. The sense of that, like when Soldier Boy, like he's triggered, like when he's triggered by the music or whatever that takes him back to his torture, right? Like he lets off, right? And that's how he blasted the whole fucking house, right? But that was,
I think it was the emotion. It was more emotion. I don't think it was the music. It wasn't like Winter Soldier in the sense of like he heard these words, it's like airplane, trucks, baby Jesus, and all of a sudden he's like, I comply. Like it ain't like that.
It's trauma. It's trauma. It's taking him back because he has the flashbacks of the torture, and so like he you're right. It's emotion, but it's still a trigger. Like he can't control. Like he blacks out, and it happens.
Yeah.
Is my point.
Yeah.
But it's so fast that when he's sitting up there trying to juice up to kill Homelander, and you're like, Homelander's gonna be all right. Like it takes him so long to like get worked up that all of a sudden Homelander has the time to like bust through and like fly away. And I'm like, it's plot convenience because Homelander can't die. He's the show. But on the other hand, they could be like, he's like, well, what happened? He's like, I can't just put it out there like that. It takes time. Like, be like, it takes time. It takes time for me to get enough energy to get it up. And I just blasted the entire house, whether I wanted to or not.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, though, and they never really signify, that the blast could necessarily even kill Homelander. Yes, we saw what happened to Kimiko and I guess it neutralized her powers in a way. But technically speaking, like if she took a punch to the face by Homelander, like full force, she would get probably fucked up. Even with her, like when she had powers. So who's to say that a blast would it it probably would like maybe knock out Homelander for like a split set, like maybe for a couple seconds, like maybe dazed him, but if anything, it might have just screwed up Huey and butchered probably, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Well, I think but we didn't get to see it anyway. So
that's my point. So this is stuff they're building up to. My point is like there is still stuff that they can give us like towards the season finale to be like, what's the final fight look like? Or what's the next big, because this is gonna happen again. So, what does that look like? Black Noir, like being on the run, like. So this does tie to the idea that like he is that black man that got fucked up during that fight. Like that is him. So like so he's like Soldier Boy is gonna come looking for me because I was part of the team. But I'm like, I would like to see how they recovered him. Like how did he get to the point that he was healed enough to be the super strong, like invincible man that he is and that he still functions? Because after that blast, he wasn't making any major decisions. Like he was just standing there. So what did they do to him to get him back into fighting mode? I don't know if we're ever going to get that, but I would like to get that. And where did he go? Like, is he just generally on the run? Is he looking for other team members?
He's not the type to be on the run. I think even though, yes, deep in Homelander basically say, like he never runs away. I think he doesn't. So I don't think Noah is like on the run. I think he's going to go somewhere that Vought can't find him in the sense of like, maybe, I don't know, maybe he's trying to get closer to Soldier Boy to be like, kind of be like, hey, like this is what's going on. I don't know. I don't feel like he's on the run, like scared to run away. You know what I mean? Because we've seen him like face off against like a lot of shit where he's like almost being like murder type deal. So I doubt, holy shit, all of a sudden he's like, holy shit, here comes Soldier Boy. You know what I mean?
No, I do. I'm just saying.
Like at one point he got in home. It was the second season when he got in Homelander's face. Like he's like, everyone get out, and then Black, like, you know what I mean? And Homelander kind of just like okay, like he powered down when he saw Black Noir. You know what I mean? So I don't think he's afraid of him. I think they want you to think that he's afraid of him, but nah, I think he's more machine than anything. I think he's too machine to be afraid. He's logical, but I don't think he's not afraid.
Well, I was saying I understand the point. I'm just saying when they do team up, I want his backstory. I want to know what he is now.
Yeah. How did because I'm getting tired of like trying to understand like, okay, because in my head I'm thinking like, okay, I'm thinking like there's like several Black Noirs. I think there's several Black Noirs, but then they kind of make it seem like, okay, no, wait, maybe there's one, and then they're like, well, it's just like, okay, well, it's the same one that you saw in the 80s, or is, and then they make it seem like he's so cool with Homelander that maybe he is the clone of Homelander. And then you have the whole diabolical thing where it's like it's even hints of that, but then all of a sudden you see the brief moment last season where his face is kind of scarred up last season as if that was the version that you saw in the 80s. Yeah. So I'm like, hurry up and just set it to rest. The present day Black Noir, just straight up just say, is that the Black dude from the 80s? And that, you know what I mean? Because that's the thing. There's all kinds of theories right now. And yes, it is kind of leaning towards that is that the one in the 80s. But shut everybody up. Shut everything up. Make sure that, like, is there only one? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, that's what I want to know. Because I feel in my heart of hearts that there's more than one Black Noir. As of like the clones, like, which is why there's a track, like, he might be the original one that you see, but why do I feel like, especially if there's a tracker inside them, that there's not others that are tracked? Like, you know what I mean?
They're all tracked, but they're all tracked,
Clone War shit.
But they're all tracked though. That's not unique to him. Like
oh, you know what? That's right. What's her name?
Yeah.
Madeline did that.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I mean, that's,
I don't know.
That no. But, I mean, that still needs to work. I want to talk about Nadia because I like Nadia's confronting Starlight.
Like I need a rating, so I need the.
I need you, but the fact to be like, I know that you know who I am, type of shit, and I know that Huey knows who I am, and the fact that she made her nose bleed, I really like that. I really like that. That she was like, like you're not.
I do too. But the thing is, I feel like as a character, I feel like that character, like that is very risky for you to do that. I mean, yes, you know, on the show Starlight, like, yeah, you could easily just kill Starlight. But I'm thinking like, but if your back is turned to Starlight could just kill your ass, or you could just get the boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because let's be real. I mean, at least they showed her getting her ass whipped by her old friend.
Yeah.
Before she had to like resort to the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she can't. So we already know she can't really fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She can't really fight. Starlight can freaking fight. You know what I mean? So yes, just like this is why Batman fans hate when I say some shit like that. Yeah, if you give Batman's like readable time and just allow him to think about it, yes, he can easily defeat you, whatever. But you don't just give him a split second to think or whatnot. As in, was it Super Son? Was it that version of Superman who just straight up wasn't good? He just straight up was like, fuck Bruce, and just go in the Batcave and just snapped his neck in that alternate timeline. Like you could do that easy to Nadia. You know what I mean? And with Nadia, it just seems like it's line of sight. It's like she has to see you in order to pop your head.
She does.
You know what I mean? Just like her friend, like I noticed like when he was like when they were fighting in the alley, he kept her face down, and only when she turned is like when like his jaw was coming apart and shit like that. So I'm thinking like, easy, just come behind her ass or whatever, or blindfold her, turn her into Sandra Bullock, her ass, and just like make her where she can't see shit. You know what I mean? Then pop. You know what I mean?
Think about this. The one, Starlight never uses her, like she rarely uses her power anymore. She makes her eyes come up, but then people like shut that shit down because like you ain't really that scary. Like, so I mean, my point is,
I was about to say, yeah, you're America's sweetheart. Stop. Like
stop that shit. But you know, she can blind people. Remember when she was like, "Don't look right." So
that's right.
If she powers up, Nadia goes out by Starlight powering up so bright, like you said, she don't see it coming, and she's blinded, so she can't see her target. And then somebody else kills her. But that's how they neutralize her, because she can't see her target.
Maybe like Huey. Maybe that's where Huey just kind of comes in and teleports behind her and just
puts a hole through her or some shit. Like
something like that. Yeah.
So that would be interesting to see her.
And then her daughter grows, and then daughter witnesses, and her daughter grows up to be a villain. Because that's how stuff like this goes. So then
like, that's the other conversation. You haven't seen her daughter since she took the V, and they're making a point of not showing you her. Like so maybe she turned into something. Like maybe she turned into a monster or something, and like that's a whole other problem she's dealing with. But I think they're
yeah, that's true.
They're important that they haven't showed you what happened to the daughter after the shot. So I think
well, at least we know she didn't die. And the reason why I say she didn't die because she did seem very distraught. So.
Also, well, then she would have nothing to lose at that point. I mean, really, she would be.
No, that's true too.
She'd be very suicidal at that point. If she was worried about that. So I thought that'd be interesting. Kamiko's storyline, I felt bad for her because she sees herself as she thinks she's saying that she's a monster either way, and I think she's a survivor either way, which is really how she should take that. Even without the powers, she's still a hero, right? Like she saved Frenchie and herself, and the girlfriend.
Yeah, that's not what she meant though. I mean, obviously, yes, like obviously she like saved them, but she's basically like every single time from the moment I was a kid, it's always been about blood. Like between her and her brother, like everything, like them escaping as refugees, stuff like that. It has always been about anything that happens to me or people around me. There's always bloodshed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like yeah. I mean, no, you're right, and that's why I think at the end French was trying to convey to her, you know what I mean? I will say that's one thing I did like though. I did like because I was afraid they were going to do this, where it was like, last episode, the last thing we saw both between her and Frenchie was like her kissing him. And he's like, I'm gonna go to the vending machine right quick, and he gets kidnapped. And I was thinking like, oh shit. Well, if he's kidnapped, now she's gonna be like maybe we won't see him for like half the season and whatnot. And then she's gonna be like, French, like, because I kissed him, like I'm not meant for anyone or something, right? And I thought that's what we're going to see. And sure enough, the first thing we saw was like her texting like, I'm sorry about the kiss. Like I was like, I won't do that again. But luckily she was kidnapped too. So she realized, nah, it had nothing to do with the kiss. It was little Nina got to his ass, you know what I mean? And his other ex-girlfriend. That's got to be complicated. You know, I knew the moment they showed both of them together, I knew I was like, shit, he's going to have to choose. They're going to make him choose. But they both survive, so. Because she's badass. Even without power, she's badass.
That's what I'm saying.
But I think that's what she means. She's like, she don't even want to have that. She don't, like, she has a survival instinct. But that survival instinct kind of turned to a beast. Like, she stabbed that dude, like she didn't stop. She couldn't stop herself. She was so, like, enamored with it. Like, she was like, yo, powers or not, I'm a freaking monster. You know?
Yes, but I'm saying she saw it as a negative as opposed to a positive. You know what I'm saying? And like, and so that's what I'm saying. Like, it would have been good for Frenchie to be like, no, like, you are the reason we're still alive. Like, you know, it's okay, because ultimately she's gonna have to get her powers back, as we agreed. Like, at some point, she can't be like regular human for forever. So we got to see how that kind of plays out.
Do you think Frenchie will at one point kind of get like Huey and Butcher and kind of get like a temp V to help out, to help his girlfriend out or something? I don't know.
I think if he got it, I think he'd give it to her. Frenchie is interesting to say. He's the most secure of the men. Like he don't need it. Like mother's milk don't need it. Like I don't see them taking it. Like if anything, he would give it to her maybe to heal her body, if he thinks that it, because it healed Huey's arm.
Yeah. What about yo, shout out to Mother's Milk, man. He reminded me of, and I don't know if they did this on purpose, but the first Captain America movie, when he was skinny, he's like battling those bullies, and you know that bully, and you know he didn't stand a chance, and he put up this fist. I was just waiting for Marvin to be like, I could do this all day type deal, you know, because I felt for that dude, because I'm thinking like, yo, if I was in the same spot as him, because like the only thing I did not like is that only this season's they kind of dealt with the trauma that he was dealing with Soldier Boy. Other than that, I mean, yes, they said that's why. I mean, obviously that's why Butcher grabbed him, knowing that he was like the boy, like him being part of the boys has to deal with what happened was back when he was a kid, Soldier Boy. But we didn't really see him dealing with like that trauma or whatnot. And then except like us now with like Starlight, I guess. But because I like what they did with that. I just wish we saw that a little bit earlier. You know what I mean? I guess, you know, but I do like the fact that it was like literally, it wasn't the fact that Soldier Boy is alive. Well, it is about Soldier Boy being alive, but it's the fact that he has haunted him from the day that he lost his family, like his family, in a sense, you know? So even though Soldier Boy was gone, the kid inside him was thinking like, I have to always be ready because the boogeyman might come back.
Yeah.
And that's some straight up, that is like textbook, like PTSD, in the sense of like you're always in a whole like alert motion, you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's why I wish that came out earlier, before they got Soldier Boy out of that container, because the fear that you saw in Marvin's face when he come out, I think it would have hit harder, at least for me. I think it would hit even harder. Like, yes, we kind of was told that like he's the reason why his grandfather and his pops are gone and whatnot. But I think it would have hit harder. We heard that story first, and about the whole like why he's always on edge, and then have that door open up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
You see the impact. You see the impact of the trauma and the PTSD like throughout the season. And then you're faced with the actual, like, this is the source of all this. So it's familiar to us, you know what I'm saying? Like, we know why he's acting like this. And the whole thing of like, when he was like, I have to, you know, check the stove because, you know, Soldier Boy may come back and kill my family. Like I feel that way, even though we never saw the stove thing happen. Like, it would have been nice to be like, if we saw him like fidgeting with stoves or some shit. So like they can kind of, again, like, that's kind of tie it together. But you're right though, like him standing up to Soldier, he was like, look, one of us ain't gonna make it. But I mean, just like Butcher at the end of season 1, right? I mean, he was ready, he thought he could kill Homelander by blowing him up. And he was like, we can both just go together. Like, I don't give a fuck, you know? And even in this one, at least Butcher was prepared to die by Soldier Boy if that meant killing Homelander. Like, and you know, so even he was like, well, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? We got this, what we got to do, this is what we got to do. So like, and to see him get there.
Right. I mean, see, Butcher, the thing is, Butcher, I mean, and I feel like one reason why I mean, obviously, I mean, Marvin, like he made Marvin stand down. He was like, look, like, you're not going to survive and whatnot. I mean, obviously, for a couple of reasons, like, obviously he's not in the same mindset. Well, he is in the similar mindset as Butcher at that moment. It's like, I don't care, like risking it all. But I think Butcher also understands. He's like, unlike myself, right? You have something to live for. You got a little girl.
Yeah.
You got a little girl, and and I know that's not you. That is not you. That is all me in the sense of like, I know how I am and I'm fucked up in the head and whatnot, but you're the good one here. And that's why he kept telling like, that's why like I was waiting for him to like maybe like do like a small little knockout on Marvin, just be like, stop it. Or maybe he did. I don't know. After he broke the bat and he just went like this. And then they went to another scene. I was like, I would imagine maybe Butcher at that point, Butcher probably was like bing, like pop him in the head or something just enough like you know what I mean? Because you know, because at that point, I mean, because I did like that he kind of went back in to make sure that he was okay. Yeah, you know what I mean, which was kind of cool, you know. Yeah. But you know, because you're right, Butcher doesn't give a fuck what happens to him, and I think he realizes that Huey's in the same mind frame as well. Huey, like when he told Huey to get out, and Huey's like, no, like when they were holding him down, like he was like, no, like.
So you know. I was thinking about that with Huey. I think it's
he's afraid of always losing. That he was willing to risk his entire life off of masculinity.
That's why I'm saying there's his ego. It's ego with him that he's like, I don't have to run. I'm not a runner anymore. Like that's a different motivation. Because I mean, he got Starlight. I mean, he does have someone who gives a fuck about him.
That's not the same. I mean, to your point, maybe his father. I guess maybe his father, really, technically.
No, bro.
He didn't.
He knows father.
Starlight, but Starlight, as you saw, like he was able to leave Starlight just like that in the previous episode. We were like, "Don't go," and he's like, "I got to." Whatnot. He like Marvin wouldn't have just left, like for example, his daughter, like as easily. You know what I mean? No,
he absolutely
did. No. I mean, if his daughter said, "Hey, don't go out there," or whatnot, like no, he was about to beat up her stepfather off of just having her watch that crap on the TV. No, he would stick for his daughter way more than I think he would step for his girlfriend.
I mean, the relationship.
Like, you know what I mean?
I see your point. I'm saying, but even with the kid, he knows that his episode scares his kid. At least that's what we saw in the scene. He saw Soldier Boy on TV, and his need to destroy Soldier Boy was more important to him than spending time with his kid. So he actually left his kid with a I don't know about stepdaddy,
a fanboy,
a fanboy that he was like, I'm not happy about this, but I hate Soldier Boy more, and I have to go do that, right? Like, and so the mission became more important, like in that situation. But either way, I mean, Huey's relationship with Starlight is, but at least he was real about it finally. That he was like, I'm tired, like of you know, I don't like the fact that you're stronger than me. Like, I need to be able to, you know, to stand up and for you, like it's important to my manhood. Like he actually admitted that, and like even that relationship has gone to shit.
Yeah, you know what? And you know what I think is very clever about about this show too is even though like there's a lot of moments where it's like comedic, like you know, like putting a bunch of splooge on like when he opens the door, like stupid shit like that, you know, which it was just hilarious and fucked up. I'm like, damn, why Marvin? Why Marvin? Like, you know what I mean? Maybe Frenchie would be like, oh, this is amazing. You know what I mean? You might, this is amazing. Frenchie will love that. You know what I mean?
It's kind of salty, but you know.
But they throw in stuff that they sprinkle stuff in that people don't go to a real life. Like, you know what I mean? Like how many times you hear men say all the time, but like, oh, I don't mind that one. My woman not only makes more than me, but maybe her being kind of like the breadwinner. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that might be the case at first, but a lot of guys, personally, because of the whole masculinity thing and our and a lot of our insecurities, kind of going back to the caveman era or whatnot, that it fucks us up. And you're like, no. Like after a while, you're like, wait, no, that's not how it's supposed to go. Like I'm supposed to be the one protecting you.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to make sure that you have shelter. And I'm supposed to be the big man. And like when someone threatens our family, I'm the one supposed to step up. No, not you pushing me to the side. Like when someone like Homelander does, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was, I don't know if I even fought. If I fought Huey for necessarily feeling like that, he is dealing with thousands of years of instinct. Like that's just like male masculinity. Like, you know what I mean?
No, I get you. No,
like
I don't fault him. I don't fault him for it. I'm saying I like you said, I appreciate that the fact that the writers got to the point that he could be honest enough with himself and honest enough with her to be like, this is more than just me trying to save the date. Like, this is about me establishing myself as a man, you know, in this relationship, and what does it mean for him to be a man, and that he always felt like he was less than, and now like, you know, and he doesn't want to give that up. And I mean, I get it.
Even from A-Train, from like not being able to like being told like, hey, A-Train, like they're gonna offer you a bunch of money. A-Train, you're gonna have meeting with A-Train, and then it's all for publicity, and then him kind of like leaving there, basically like, hey, now you got to let it go. And then like him being forced out all his life, he's been seen as like a bitch.
Yeah.
And that's why it was very important for him with A-Train that apology was never going to be enough. You know what I mean? Like apology was never going to be enough. Like it was unexpected for him.
Yeah.
Because and that's why he was hoping. He was hoping so bad that A-Train was going to double down and being like, who's Rob? Like, you know what I mean? He was hoping for that. And then when he didn't get it, he just said, fuck it. Like,
what's up, Jay? How's it going? Thanks for joining us in the chat. Happy Sunday,
Jay. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
Long time no see, man.
I know.
Long time no type.
No type. No type or see. So with A-Train, right? A-Train, I really like this episode with him because yes, last week it was easy to see him as a victim. Right, with Blue Hawk killing, you know, putting his brother down like that, and like he couldn't walk anymore. Like the pain he felt with that, I was like, I felt sorry for him. Right, not that you still can, but I like how Ashley put him in his place or put him in context to be like, you murdered several people, like and killing Huey. I mean, not that she said specifically, but even Huey's girlfriend, which you know, like it and then like. It was interesting. It was interesting to see that happen. So you're like, let's not put too much of a glowy haze on A-Train. Like he is an asshole, just like all those other Supes. It's just that now it hit him at home.
Yeah, now he realizes it. I think, and you know, and it's damn. So now the seven are no more. This is literally it's like Homelander and I guess the Deep. You know what I mean? Because Black Noir, like he's like deuces.
Out.
Black Maeve. I said Black Maeve. Madam. What's her name? Miss Maeve. Madam Maeve. What's her name?
Oh, just Maeve.
Maeve. Yeah. Maeve is like in some dungeon room and vault somewhere, like that. Black Noir threw him in. And like Starlight is obviously she quit, so that's gonna be interesting. And then I'm pretty sure Homelander is gonna wish that he picked the Muslim woman after all, huh? Someone like I said, oh no, I can't do that. It's like, where's she from? Afghanistan? It's like, no, she's from London.
Right.
I love that.
So Ashley putting her hair out. Ashley's. Where's the other Ashley? Like I was actually waiting for the other Ashley. Yeah, but anyway,
did she get fired? No.
She's still there.
The Deep. No, that's right. No, the Deep fired the other people. Never mind.
Yeah. But anyway, so like I like A-Train like killing Black Hawk was awesome. And again, like I didn't know he still had powers. I thought he would have to soup up with the V to run that fast. I didn't realize it was a situation where he could, but doing it would kill him. I'm just saying, like his heart would start racing.
Yeah, that's what I was saying last episode. I was like, because even his brother even said, like they even said at the end the last scene, they're like, yeah, you can run, but it will be your last. You know what I mean? So no, he always still had superpowers. You know what I mean? Like he's still strong. He's still like, you know, he was able to grab like Blue Hawk and whatnot and all this other stuff. Even when Blue Hawk tried to like get off, he was like, get off of me. When everyone else, when he said get off me, he just flung them the thing, but he couldn't do that with A-Train. You know what I mean? So he can still he just can't use his primary method because him always like like just taking so much compound V, you know what I mean? And it just messed up his heart, you know, which would be interesting that if we see that to happen to like both Huey and Butcher in the sense of like, just like, well, in the show, it was a little, I mean, in the animated Diabolical, like it was a little bit more of just like straight up, like your head would just pop, you know what I mean? It'll be interesting if just kind of like lessens their their lifespan. Maybe their nose start to bleed and they think, oh, Miss Head Popper's doing it. And they realize she ain't, it's not that. It's like what you guys inject yourself.
Huey has something coming out of his ears. So it is.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
That's right. So it's doing something.
Right.
It's doing something. And maybe we find out later. The compound V is like crack. So we haven't seen that. Like again, Butcher.
We haven't seen what?
So Butcher's and Huey's need to take it is still internal. Like they both like Butcher again. He's like, I'm taking this because we're about to fight, right? Like he's not just sitting at home by himself and it's like I need another hit. Like he's always taking it right before a fight. Huey is always taking it right before a fight. So I know Huey also has insecurities, and that's why he takes it too. But like crack, it ain't like he's there. They're just scratching. Like, come on, man, I need the.
Well, maybe not with those two, but we already saw with Pop Claw. We saw with A-Train. We saw with a couple of characters already, like in previous seasons of what you know.
But those were Supes, born Supes who were trying to keep their powers. I mean, and that was a different compound also.
Right,
like,
but I think A-Train. But even when A-Train was talking, who was he talking to in the first season, as far as like what it feels like when he takes it? He said he's like said something like compared to like eating ambrosia. It's just the sensation from it. So I don't know if that would affect. I don't know if I highly doubt even if someone's not a Supe, if that same feeling initially wouldn't be there. You know what I mean? Like
But it's not the same formula. So I'm saying, like what we saw in season 1 was not the same formula. As I understand, that's not the same formula that Maeve brought.
Right. But to your point, but like Big Meech and everybody else in Detroit, just because they changed the formula of the crack, don't mean they don't give you the same high. Like now, to your point, just like fentanyl and all the stuff you mix it up with, you know, it'll give you the same high. Now you might not wake up from it from this different version. But the point still remains as far as the initial feeling of like,
you know what? Woo! But that would be an interesting way to take the story. Like and they can't get no more. They can't get any more because Maeve is gone and they were getting it from her. So they only have a finite, amount of that stuff left. But if it got to the point that they were like crushing it up or they're trying to rock it or whatever, like if they actually get to like the crack type version of it, and it gets out, like I think that would be interesting. If it becomes something like somehow it gets out to the regular public.
I think Homelander's going to figure out, like, for one, he's going to try and investigate how the hell did Butcher and which is why I think next episode we might see him talk to Maeve, like it's like you that time when you smelled like Butcher, you did something. Yeah, you did something. You gave him something. I think that's how it's going to figure out like what's going on and whatnot. And I think he's going to go like Killmonger. He's going to be like Killmonger and Black Panther and be like, burn all of it, burn the whole thing, and like I am the last Black Panther, like burn it all, like you know what I mean? I think he's going to.
Jay said you know a little bit too much about the crack recipe, and that Ashley's going to look like me after she gets done pulling out her hair. So two points. I said it before. I thought Herogasm. Anyway, Ashley. I still think Ashley could get tag team by that Fox News reporter and that director she was fucking. But real quick to the deep. I really wanted his girlfriend with a strap on fucking him while he was fucking the squid. Like they needed to commit. But then she would know. But the thing is, I think they're trying to make it where it's like she doesn't know that he's cheating on her. Like I know that he used to be crazy. I literally think that she feels like she got full control over him. And that means sexually, you're all mine in a sense. So I don't think that was why every single time when he's caught with literally his pants down, he's like, oh shit. Like, as if like, please don't tell my wife type deal. You know what I mean? Like, It would be embarrassing. I'm saying, but she clearly. I mean, so there's clearly he's trying to push back to her, trying to control all the situations, as we saw when he was like, "Hey, I had these negotiations."
You watch a lot of P-Valley, man. You think all spouses be like, now kiss that octopus and kiss all 8 of them.
No. I'm just saying, like, I think they were leading us to the idea that he wanted to fuck some kind of sea animal, right? Like we knew that was coming at some point, right? But like, if
he is,
I would have, with the whole, like, you never know who's doing who to what. Like, I think if to have the girl involved, and again, like, she was like in the back of him while the squid was in the front, I think that would have been like, what the fuck, what? Like, because she's already fucking him in the symbolic sense, because everything that come out his mouth is her. Like, she's texting him, like she's doing this, and like.
But what if the termite just came out of his butt or whatever? You know what I mean? No, yeah. Poor. I keep thinking about Marvin again. He's like, oh, what's this sticky shit he put on me?
That was the whole lot. That was, and then there's another Ant-Man, because like, remember the one?
No, there was only one Ant-Man, just the termite one. That was the one that, remember, they let him go.
Oh, that's right. So that's why,
he was still survived.
Yeah. So wow, he was living his best life inside that woman's vagina. That's a lot of witness. That's a lot of witness.
I don't know though. I mean, obviously she probably doesn't know, but I'm sorry, but if I know that this dude exploded in someone's dick, nah, man, nah, bro, like, nah.
That was too much, bro. It hurt me to see that. But yeah, it was all over the place, bro. It was all over the place, and I was like, only
one of the twins thing was awesome. The whole, like, because he said we haven't touched hands in so long, or something like that. You know, I love that. I actually thought they were going to be fucking. A part of me thought that too, and I was thinking like, no, this is not Stars. Because I was thinking like,
or Game of Thrones, sir.
Well, yeah, but the time frame, let's be real. There was a lot of brother and sister fucking back in the day.
All right,
that's what happened when they. So that, like, historically that happened a lot. Nowadays you'd be like, ew. Like, oh, they're 15 years old? Like, no. Like, you know what I mean? Or shit like that. You're like, you know, unless you're part of that freaking Mormon church from the freaking Jeff spawn. You know?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I was kind of thinking that too. I was like, are they fucking each other?
I was thinking, or at least
or they tag team somebody. Maybe they're tag teaming.
I was thinking maybe they were tag team someone, or to be like she catches him fucking a woman. It's like, that's me or something, like why, like something to imply that they're closer than just siblings. I think would have been interesting before they were murdered. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. So now that
they're dead, the only one left really is Black Noir from Payback, right?
It was a lot of characters. Don't make me lie. I don't know.
Because bunch of them died, and I think
the flying one. The flying one died in the 80s. The flying one died in the 80s.
Yeah, he died. Gunpowder died from Butcher.
The twins
AKA
died.
Emmanuel Lewis. That was funny. Yo, the line to what Soldier Boy was like, hey, where's the chop soy Oriental sauce? He's like, yeah, they don't have that anymore. He's like, oh, dad. He's like, I'll tell you, a dad. It's like Bill Cosby. Now that's American's dad right there.
He's like,
there's a lot of
he made
the American's dad. He's like, man, he'll make some strong drinks.
What's like?
I was like,
and again, that's that. If the legend would have been at the party with a drink with a couple of ladies and been like, this is the Cosby. When we were barred back in the day, Bill Cosby could put that drink down. Like, and to see Soldier Boy see the legend when he walked in, would have tied that dialogue together to be like, oh, I'm the one that started, and like, like that would have been awesome. I think
he said, and then there's this, and they said, and then there's this one kid that kept hanging around Legend. He said he wants to be he wants to do a Hollywood producer too. I don't know, something, his last name, something Epstein or something. You know what I mean? Or something like, what did they like? It's like something Epstein. I don't know. I wonder what happened to him.
I wonder what happened to that dude.
What happened? I wonder what happened to that kid.
What did that do? You remember Kevin? You remember Kevin? Yeah, he's
probably swimming. He said he probably get all kinds of women nowadays. You know what I mean?
Like, you remember Spacey? Spacey was on it. What's his name? Kevin, I think.
Spacey. Yeah. Now those are men. Those are like real men. You know what I mean? He does say, and then And then that Jenner guy, you know, that real Olympian hero, that Jenner, you know, Bruce Jenner. That's an Olympic. That's what they should have had that. But no, actually, they would. You know what? I take that back. It is so funny. There's certain jokes you can do, and then that one like pushing the line.
I don't.
Well, you can do stuff with black, but let's do black jokes. Fine. You know what I mean? Women jokes. Women being in the kitchen. Fine. Can't do Bruce Jenner jokes.
Look, man. Okay, like I think Jenner with the right context would have been fine. I think it would have been fine. I mean, they haven't done.
Well, I mean, if you have like Soulja Boy say it, Soulja Boy, and then maybe Huey would just be like, no. Like you know what I mean? That's the thing. If you do that, then it will work.
Yeah,
that was a missed opportunity because he was in the '80s, just like I wish there was there should have been like talk about like athletes and whatnot, been like. Talking about some y'all celebrating women athletes, celebrate track and field, like what, like who is it? Who's Marion Jones, or who cares? Women's soccer, that's a real thing. Like I wanted something like that. It's like, yeah, it's like back in my day we had real athletes, you know what I mean? Like there's nothing about no Serena Venus Williams. First off, they're allowed, and now you just talking about because you know
I mean, let's not go that far. But I'll say so. I would have said.
I wanted more joke. When I'm saying the Soulja Boy, I wanted more cultural, like abnormities with him. I wanted if you're going to do a little bit of it with like the last episode with him kind of looking like weirded at the gay couple. I wanted him to go all out, and I think I don't know if Amazon kind of pussied out a little bit, but have no problem with showing like assholes from the toilet having a camera. Like, you know what I mean?
Everybody recognizes apparently one that's been worked out before. I don't know why we had to bring that up. Seth Rogen should have been they should have saved him for the orgy. Like he should have been the Herogasm. That would have been hell. He should.
What do you think of like Patton Oswalt and then was it Kutcher and all of them for the whole? They were making fun of the whole Gal Gadot video.
Oh.
The whole thing is like we can all.
That was I was gonna say that was hilarious, and we gotta get to the shot. I was gonna say that was hilarious, and I love that they ended it with Black Noir. Like he made it. Like that was absolutely perfect. I was like he had the signs up because I was like.
Yeah, they remind me of Michelle Obama when she was like, so like bring our daughters back with the whole Africa, and then they had like the little signs, like bringing the signs, like. Like that's
but that's a big thing on social media though, like TikTok, the whole sign thing.
It's ridiculous, which is like I that's why I feel like this show is made for folks like my age, because I find it hilarious when people do that on like TikTok, and I'm like, you could just say it out loud and be like, 10 years ago I was sexually assaulted, and they were like, this is the word. Now I'm thinking, yo, why are you putting dramatic stuff to a cue card? I never like. I feel like a man out of time when they do shit like that. I'm like, what are you doing? And why do you have music? And why do you have Cardi B in the background and the music? Like what? Like no. That's a whole
other issue.
But like, come on now. But like, yo, I'm glad that they kind of make fun of shit like that. Like, come on, man. Like.
I don't know.
You know, but with John Lennon playing in the background, like what?
it was cool. It's cool how many celebrities were sporting, but no, that was hilarious. I thought that was cool. We gotta get to the shot. Anything you want to say for this video?
Oh man, Homelander is gonna go crazy. I say that every episode, I guess, but I think he really reeled this time. I don't know. I feel like, no joke, I feel like now Marvin will actually take that temp V. Take that temp compound V. I truly feel like he's not going to take it. And then now we're going to have all the boys. I feel like Frenchie will too. Frenchie, and so
if he thinks Kimiko, if he thinks he has to help Kimiko because she can't do her part, right? Then he may take it to be like, let me do it for you now, so you don't have to, like, you can sit down and I can do it. So I can see that it would be her. I think it would be her to be his motivation. But
absolutely, I'm just looking forward. Like I said, I'm loving what they're doing with this show, and I was amazed that I was even going to still even like this season as much as I do. So good job, guys. Like that's like awesome fight towards the end. I don't know, maybe borderline, probably better. No, I don't think it was better than Stormfront. I think Stormfront fight is still probably my favorite. because they were whooping ass. Like this one was just more of like laser eye, turn this way, and then they did the whole like. I always be thinking like don't just move your eyes just a little bit, like beam on beam. I'm like this. I would just be like get them on an angle so I can get you in the face. But I don't know. That's some superhero shit they do and stuff in movies and shit like that. But whatever. It's a typical trope, you know.
It is.
So anyway, no. Can't wait for next Friday. So anyway, yeah.
Then we will be here next Friday. Jay, thank you very much for coming out. We now have to move on to The Chi, season 5, episode 1. So if you still seeing us, stick around for that.